Welcome to our online chemistry class. Our topic is coordination compound. Let us discuss part number 3, that is isomerism in coordination compound and stability of the coordination compounds. Let us discuss first isomerism in coordination compounds. In this point, we have to discuss following. First, stereoisomerism. There are two types of stereoisomerism, geometrical isomerism or diastereoisomers. In that we have to discuss cis and trans isomerism, and second one is optical isomers or enantiomers. Second type is structural isomers, or they are also known as constitutional isomers. In this isomerism we have to discuss A. Linkage isomers, B. Ionization isomers, C. Coordination isomers, and D. Solvent isomers. Let us discuss one by one in detail. So, stereoisomers. What is stereoisomers? Stereoisomers have same links among the constituent atoms. However, the arrangement of atoms in the space are different. So there are two types of stereoisomers in coordination compounds. First is geometrical isomers, that is diastereoisomers, and B enantiomers or optical isomers. So all of you know that isomers have same molecular formula, but their chemical reactivity and physical properties such as stability, solubility and melting points are different. Now let us discuss the first type, geometrical isomers or diastereoisomers. So what is geometrical isomers or diastereoisomers? These two isomers have non-superimposable mirror image of each other. So we already discussed the isomerism in halogen derivative. So if the object and its mirror image are looks like same, but if we place the image over its object, then they cannot be exactly matched, and such images are called as non-superimposable mirror image. Our left hand and right hand looks like same, but if we place left hand over right, then they cannot be exactly matched. So these images are called as non-super mirror images. In mirror they looks like same, but are not exactly matched. So these are possible in heteroleptic complex. So there are two types of arrangement of the ligands around the space, and that isomerism is called as geometrical isomers. So if two or more compounds having same molecular formula, same structures, but arrangement of that groups around the central atom will be different in the space, then that is geometrical isomers or diastereoisomers. So on the basis of the arrangement there are two isomers. First is cis isomers and second is trans isomer. So this is isomers when identical ligands occupy the adjacent position. So if you observe here in the structure, so your compound is PTNH3H2O Cl2, and what is the type? It is Ma2Bc type, means a metal, two identical ligands, here two Cls are, and two different ligands, so that is B and C, H2O and NH3 are B and C. So it is Ma2Bc type of complex, and what is the name? It is amine aqua dichloroplatinum 2. Okay, so if you observe here, the identical ligand Cl, they occupy the adjacent position, okay, and non-identical are other side. Then if that identical ligands Cl are takes opposite positions, then that is trans isomer. So this is a trans isomer of same compound. So arrangement of ligand is different. So that is a trans isomer. Then so if your complex is of Ma2B2 type, again the geometry is square planar geometry. Your compound is, example is PTNH3 twice Cl2. The name of the compound is diamine dichloroplatinum 2. Okay, so there are two chlorine and two ammonia molecules, and they are, if they are take adjacent position, then that compound is cis. If they take opposite position, then compound is trans. So here the first cis compound is also known as cisplatin. Cisplatin, and this cis isomer is more soluble in water than the trans. Then this cisplatin is an anti-cancer drug, while trans isomer is physiologically inactive. This is cisplatin, it is anti-cancer drug. The cis isomer is polar with non-zero dipole moment, while in case of trans it has zero dipole moment. What is the reason behind that? Because of two opposite PTCl and PTNH3 bonds movement, they get cancel each other, and that's why it has zero dipole moment, but cis isomer has non-zero dipole moment, so that's why it is active. While four coordinate tetrahedral complexes do not show cis-trans isomerism. Now next is cis and trans isomers in octahedral complexes. The octahedral complexes of the type MA4B2, MA4BC and MAA twice B2 exist as cis-trans isomers, where AA is a bidentate ligand. So what is the example of this type? CONH3 4 times Cl2 1 plus complex. So what is the name? It is tetraamine dichloro. What is the overall charge? It is +1, and chlorine has -1. So there are two chlorine. So minus x for cobalt and -2 for 2 chlorine is equal to +1. So cobalt is 3. So your oxidation state of cobalt is 3. So name is tetraamine dichloro cobalt 3 ion. Okay, so what is the type? It is MM. There are 4 ammonia molecules, so A4, and 2 chlorine, so B2 type. Okay, so if you observe here, 4 ammonia molecules are on one side, that is adjacent position, and 2 chlorine take adjacent position, so it is cis isomer. While if you observe here, if two identical chlorine atoms in the second structure, they take opposite position, that's why it is a trans isomer of same compound. The next examples are PTNH3 4 times ClBr 2 plus ion. So name is tetraamine bromo chloro platinum 4 ion. Okay, so here 4 NH3, So A4, one chloro and one Br, so Bc. So what is the type? Ma4Bc type. So if you observe here, four ammonia molecules, that is amines, they are identical ligands, occupy adjacent position, while if they take opposite position, then it is a trans isomer. Okay, so your geometry is octahedral. Then another example is COEN twice Cl2 1 plus ion. What is the name? Dichloro. There are two ethylene diamine, so bis ethylene diamine, cobalt 3 ion. So here the type is AA, means it is a bidentate ligand. So MAA twice and chlorine 2 times, so B2 type. So here if you observe here, identical ligands occupy adjacent position, so it is cis isomer, and here identical ligands they take opposite position, so it is a trans isomer. So one homework for you, draw the structure of cis and trans isomer of FeNH3 twice CN4 1 minus ion, and write down the cis trans isomer in comment box. Then next is the optical isomers or enantiomers. So the complex molecules or ions that are non-superimposable mirror images of each other are called as enantiomers. So when it is optical activity, and the compounds are called as optical isomers, which are non-superimposable mirror images, then they are optical isomers of each other. And these compounds which rotate the plane polarized light either left or right, that means clockwise or anti-clockwise direction, then that, so there are two types of isomers. First one, if enantiomer rotate the plane polarized light towards the right hand side or clockwise, then it is called as dextro. It is denoted by small d. And if enantiomer that rotate the plane polarized light towards the left or anti-clockwise direction, then it is called as Leo, denoted by L isomer, small l. Example is COEN thrice 3 plus. The name is, there are 3 ethylene diamine, so tris ethylene diamine, cobalt 3 ion. So if you observe here, this is a compound, it is dextrorotatory, it rotates the plane polarized light towards the right hand side, where its mirror image which rotate the plane polarized light towards the left hand side. So these two compounds are optical isomers of each other. Then next is octahedral complexes existing as both geometrical and optical isomers. For example, PtCl2 En twice 2 plus. So name is dichlorobis ethylene diamine platinum 4 ion. So in this type of complex, only the cis isomer exists as pair of enantiomers. So if you check the cis isomer of this compound, this rotate the plane polarized light towards right hand side, and its mirror image rotate the plane of PPL towards the left. So this shows only pair of enantiomers, but its trans compound does not show this trans isomerism. Okay, because if we observe the mirror image of this, it's same as that of this compound, so it does not show optical isomers. Then next is square planar complexes do not show enantiomer because they have mirror plane and axis of symmetry. Okay, so here in case of square planar complex we observe mirror plane and axis of symmetry. Then next type is structural isomers or constitutional isomers. So structural isomers possess different linkages among their constituent atoms and have their chemical formulae to be same. Then they can be classified as linkage isomers, then ionization isomers, third coordination isomers, and fourth solvent isomers. Let us discuss one by one. First is a linkage isomer. The linkage isomers, these are the isomers are formed when the ligand has two different donor atoms. So that is known as ambidentate ligand. It coordinates to the metal via different donor atoms. Thus, if you observe this ligand, it is 1 minus having two donor atoms, and there are two types of isomers with this ambidentate ligand. So the first compound is CONH3 5 times NO2. The charge is 2 plus and the name is pentaamine nitro cobalt 3 ion. In this complex ion, the NO2 group, that is nitrite ligand, in that cobalt is bonded with nitrogen. Okay, and this is first complex. But in case of another complex, here CONH3 5 times ONO and charge is 2 plus, the name is pentaamine. This is not nitro, it is nitrito cobalt 3 ion. Here cobalt oxygen bond is or linkage takes place. So that's why this is called as linkage isomers. That is the main difference. So it is ambidentate ligand NO2 1 minus, that is nitrate ion. Here cobalt nitrate nitrogen bond, so it is nitro compound, and this one is cobalt oxygen bond or linkage, so it is nitrito. That is the main difference in their name. Ionization isomers involve exchange of ligand between coordination and ionization sphere. So the square bracket is the coordination sphere, outside the square bracket that is ionization sphere. So in this first compound, the compound is CONH3 5 times SO4 Br. So name is pentaamine sulfato cobalt 3 bromide. So in compound first, anion SO4 2 minus bonded to cobalt is in the coordination sphere, while the Br in the ionization sphere. That means if we add this compound in water, it will give CONH3 5 times SO4 1 plus because Br is 1 minus. So charge on this ion complex is +1. Okay. If you observe the second compound CONH3 5 times Br SO4, the name is pentaamine bromo cobalt 3 sulfate. So in this compound 2, the anion Br, which is present in the square bracket, is in the coordination sphere linked to cobalt, while the SO4 2 minus ion, which is outside the square bracket, is in the ionization sphere. If we add this complex in solution, and it will give CONH3 5 times Br 2 plus, because SO4 is 2 minus, so charge on the complex ion is 2 plus. So it will give sulfate ion, and first compound gives bromide ion in their solution. Okay, so it will give one compound gives Br minus, another compound gives SO4 2 minus, so it gives different ions, and 1 and 2 are the examples of ionizations because they give different ions. Okay, then next one is the coordination isomers. So coordination isomer shows interchange of ligands between cationic and anionic pairs of different metal ions. Now see the examples. First one is CONH3 6 times ammonia is neutral molecule, so cobalt is 3 plus. The anionic complex is CrCN6 3 minus, cyanide is 1 minus, 6 cyanide carrying 6 minus, chromium is 3 plus, so charge is 3 minus. So this 3 plus of cationic complex get balanced with 3 minus of anionic complex, so there is no charge. Okay, so you can write without charge, but for your understanding purpose I have written the charges. Okay, so this is the first isomer. So first one is hexaamine cobalt 3 ion, and this one is hexacyanochromate 3 ion. Okay, then another isomer of this one is only exchange the cation keeping the ligand same. So instead of this cobalt there is a chromium bonded with ammonia, and instead of chromium bonded with CN cyanide, here cobalt is bonded with cyanide. So cation become CrNH3 6 times 3 plus, that means hexaamine chromium 3 ion, and anionic complex ion is COCN6 3 minus, that is hexacyanocobaltate 3 ion. So 3 plus of this cationic complex balance with 3 minus of anionic complex, so it is also neutral. Then so in isomer 1, cobalt is linked to amine ligand NH3 ligand, while chromium is linked to cyanide ligand. In case of second isomer, chromium is linked to ammonia ligand, and the cobalt is linked to cyanide ligand. So the ligand get interchange. So that's why 1 and 2 are coordination isomers. Okay, then because coordination is different, coordination get exchange. The next type is solvate isomers or hydrate isomers when water is the solvent. So these are similar to ionization isomers. Look at the complex. First one is CrH2O6Cl3. So name is hexaaco chromium 3 chloride. And second complex is CrH2O5Cl2. Okay. So in compound 1, the solvent water is directly bonded to chromium. So water is in the coordination sphere. Okay. And chlorine in first molecule, chlorine is in ionization sphere. But in compound 2, one water molecule appears as free solvent molecule, okay, in the ionization sphere. So if it added in the solvent to make a solution that is in water, then this gets separate. Okay, so these 1 and 2 isomers are called as solvate or hydrate isomers. Hydrate when water is the solvent. Next one is the stability of coordination compounds. So the stability of coordination compounds can be based on by knowing their stability constant K. Okay, the stability is based on or governed by metal ligand interaction, and that interaction is called as Lewis acid base interaction. So here metal acts as it is a lone pair acceptor, so Lewis acid. Ligand is lone pair donor, so it is a Lewis base. So metal ligand interaction can be realized as a Lewis acid Lewis base interaction. Stronger the interaction, greater is the stability of that complex. Consider the equilibrium for the metal ligand interaction. Ma plus, charge is A plus, plus n number of ligands are there having charge is X minus. So what is the complex? MLN A plus plus NX minus. Here A plus is the charge of metal, X minus is the charge of that ligand, A plus plus NX minus is the charge of that complex respectively. Now the equilibrium constant K is written as, it is the ratio of concentration of product to the concentration of reactant raised to the power is equal to stoichiometric coefficient. So Ml is the complex, charge is A plus plus Nx minus divided by the concentration of M, A plus into concentration of Lx minus raised to N. Here 1, that's why here 1. Okay, so there is no problem for metal ion. Then stability of the complex can be explained in terms of the equilibrium constant value K. Higher the value of K, larger is thermodynamic stability of the complex. So for example, AgCN twice 1 minus, here K is 5.5 into 10 raised to 18, CuCN4 2 minus, K is 2.0 into 10 raised to 27, and CONH3 6 times 3 plus, K is 5.0 into 10 raised to 33. So if we see this data, CONH3 6 times 3 plus is more stable than AgCN twice 1 plus and CuCN 4 times 2 minus, because higher the K value, stronger is the or more stable is the complex. Okay, so you have to simply remember the K value. Those complex which has higher K value, more is the stability for that complex. Then plus point is factors which governs stability of the complex. So stability of complex is governed by first factor, charge to size ratio of metal ion, and second is nature of the ligand. So let us see the first factor, charge to size ratio of metal ion. Higher the ratio, charge to size, greater is the stability. Okay, for example, for divalent metal ion complex, their stability shows the following trend: Cu2 plus is greater than Ni2 plus is greater than CO2 plus, which is greater than Fe2 plus, then it is greater than Mn2 plus, and lastly cadmium 2 plus. So if you observe this stability order or sequence, if copper is smallest cation, the size is 69 picometer, and that of cadmium 2 plus ion is 97 picometer. So charge is same, plus 2 for each. So plus 2 divided by 69 for copper and plus 2 divided by 97 for cadmium. So here the charge to size ratio of copper is greater than that of cadmium 2 plus ion. Therefore, Cu2 plus form stable complexes than Cd2 plus. Okay, you always observe many complexes of Cu2 plus ion. Okay, so this stability order is called as Irving Williams order. Then last factor is nature of ligand. So this is the second factor that governs stability of the complex, and it is related to how easily the ligand can donate its lone pair of electrons to the central metal ion, that is the basicity of ligand. So ligand can donate the lone pair to metal ion, and lone pair donor is called as Lewis base. So we have to decide the basicity of ligand. The ligand, those are stronger bases, tends to form more stable complex. So the ligand, if donate lone pair easily, it is stronger base and it form stable complexes. Okay. So thank you for watching my YouTube channel, Mukesh Karve.